Well, we have an absolutely picture-perfect Memorial Day weekend ahead, the unofficial start to summer, and we know many of you will find your way to the river, a lake, or a pool. So let's talk sun safety with UofL Health's Dr. Jason Chesney. We know you're an oncologist. You certainly see the worst of what the sun can do. Talking about melanoma here, what are some of the first signs that someone might see on their own body that something's not right?
Well, a new mole is something that you want to be very careful about. Moles that are growing, changing color, itching, anything that's evolving. And we have a mnemonic we use, A, B, C, D, E. Asymmetric is A, B is for jagged border, C is multiple colors, D, diameter for a pencil eraser, bigger than a pencil eraser, and E is evolving. And that's the most important one for me, because if a mole that you've had your whole life all of a sudden starts changing, that's a danger sign. You got to get into a dermatologist or at least your primary caregiver to have them take a look at it.
And we know that's typically the point where you come in, you're an oncologist, you're working on some of the really serious cases.
Right.
What are some of the treatment options if someone does get that diagnosis, of course, that nobody wants?
Right, so if the mole turns out to be a melanoma and it's a certain depth, it'll be cut out with margins and sentinel lymph nodes. Lymph nodes in the region will be tested. If they're positive, then the patient gets immunotherapy, and the Brown Cancer Center is a national leader in the development of immunotherapies. We run clinical trials out of the Brown Cancer Center that go across the entire United States.
Wow.
And we have patients coming from as far away as Northern California to get treated here. Our melanoma program is a multidisciplinary program with surgeons and medical oncologists and radiation oncologists. And we have doctors who just take care of melanoma patients. So they're subspecialists just in that area. And that's very important if you get a diagnosis, not just of melanoma, but any type of cancer.
We're lucky to have such a resource right in our own backyard.
I believe you are.
Okay, so let's talk quickly some things people should be thinking about heading into the sun this weekend so that hopefully they don't ever have to come see you.
Yeah, I mean, the most important thing is to keep your skin covered. Wear hats, wear long sleeve cotton shirts. There are these new UV protective clothing that you can use that even increase your protection. If you're going to be outside, you want to put your suntan lotion on well before you're going out into the sun. It has to absorb into the skin to work. And that's what happens to a lot of people. They go, okay, let's go down to the beach, and they spray themselves, and then they walk down to the beach. Well, the first half hour, they have no protection, and they get the burn at that time. SPF 30 or greater is my preference. But there's nothing like keeping out of the sun between the hours of 10 and 2. That's when the UV index is the highest, and that's hard to do in the summer. Everybody wants to get out and play, and that's why we have light clothing that you can wear, and that's what we do.
A very good tip heading into this weekend when we know everybody's going to be in the sun. Well, Dr. Chesney, thank you so much for coming on today. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.